If your budget allows it, underwater lights are a wonderful addition to a koi pond. They can literally double the time you enjoy your pond. Without underwater lights, when the sun goes down, you go in the house. But on the other hand, with lights in your pond, you can enjoy, it's a completely different effect. You can enjoy them at night, but also you don't have the glare on the surface of the water that you have during the daytime. So with these lights on the ground lighting up the koi underwater, it's just a whole different look. And it's really, at least my own personal pond, is more attractive at night than it is during the day with these underwater lights. In fact, the only complaints we ever hear about people who put lights in their ponds is they'd wish they'd put more lights. Something you want to keep in mind in lighting a koi pond is that it's completely different than lighting a swimming pool. For instance, in a swimming pool, you've got all this white surface or light blue surface, and you just maybe put one large 400-watt light in there, and it reflects and lights up the whole swimming pool. And all you're trying to do is light it up so that you can see if somebody's swimming, you don't jump on top of them or whatever. In a koi pond, it's a completely different circumstance. First off, you get no reflection because all the surface inside has got this dark algae on it and it's white. So the light goes out and it doesn't come back. So you're going to require a lot more light. Additionally, you're not lighting up the pond, you're lighting up the fish. So if you've got a light here, for instance, and your fish are swimming by, you're going to light up this side of them. You're not lighting up the other side. So if you want to light up these fish, you have to decide where you're going to be viewing the fish from. If you're just viewing from one area, you put your lights at the base of where you're at your feet. If you're lighting up, for instance, if people are going to be walking around the whole pond, you're going to be committed to putting lights, possibly 4 lights, but lights on different areas so that no matter where you are, the light will be hitting the surface of the fish and reflecting back. But if you only have one light in there, when you walk around the rest of the pond, all you're going to see is these dark silhouettes swimming in the pond. Additionally, if you only put one light, even if you're only viewing from one area, as these fish are swimming by, the light will light up the fish, but also it casts a shadow on the back wall, which is very distracting because as these fish are swimming around, you see this shadow on the back wall following them. So we highly recommend putting a minimum of 2 lights. When you offset them a little bit, when you light up the fish, the second one will cancel out that shadow, which can be very distracting. But so ideally, if you want to place these lights periodically around the pond in any area where you're going to be viewing from, so no matter where you're standing, it'll be reflecting off the fish and coming back to you. The new IntelliBright LED lights built by Pentair Pool Company are extremely effective in koi ponds. It's almost like they were built for koi ponds because they solve a number of problems. First off, it's a very clear, bright white light, unlike the incandescent in the past, which kind of gave a cream color to everything, which in turn made the whites on your fish not look as white. But the biggest factor is the incandescent lights in the past, the old style, used to give like a 60-degree radius shining out. The new Pentair lights shine out at a 160-degree radius. So they almost shine completely from left to right, so they're very diffuse. So by putting even just 2 of those in a pond, they're extremely effective at lighting up the whole pond. And it gives a very nice effect at visualizing your fish. Additionally, they're very efficient. The new LEDs they only consume about 75 watts, and yet they're equivalent to the old style 500-watt lights. So that's almost exclusively the only lights that we install in koi ponds today. One more thing to think about is they offer different lights, like these LEDs, they offer them in color changing. They'll go from blue to green to red. That can be very attractive in a swimming pool, but it's not appropriate for a koi pond. If you install them in a koi pond, what happens is as they change colors, it changes the color of your fish. And now all of a sudden your beautiful kuhaku, an all white fish with red markings, as the blue comes on, now the white looks gray and the red looks brown. And the only people that we've ever talked to that installed these color changing lights afterwards realized they just said they'd set it on the white setting only and leave it there. But if you set it on the white setting only, the problem is there's 3 different colors in there, so you're only going to get about 1/3 of the amount of light out of that white that you'd normally get with an all white. So if you decide to go with the LED lights, get the all white, don't get the color changing. You're going to pay more for the color changing, you won't use it. But also, if you get the all white, it is a brighter light.